Lady and Germs, it's Sunday night. And that means one thing only. Time to get three wide. Three Ride Racing League brings you the Sprint Car Series. Brought to you by Drive for Suicide Prevention. We live tonight, Volusia Speedway. In the booth, we got Trey Landry. We got Thomas Morris. And we got a somewhat absent Matt Kingston. Gentlemen, hot fire on the dirt. Let's get it.
That's a new one. Hello, everyone. Hello to chat. Like I said, when was bringing us in here, we'll get Trey and Matt's somewhere in Canada picking up snow at the moment, probably. Getting you kicked off here, already lining up for the Heat 1 here at Volusia. This is round 2 here at Volusia. We've already been here one time, so sure some guys picked up on some strategies last time here, Trey, and hopefully they can maybe run a little bit better this time.
Yeah, hopefully. So far, we've seen some pretty entertaining races so far. Newcomer Ryan Dyson, who won the last dirt race, once again fastest tonight so far in practice. He's going to be starting, it looks like, on the front row here in heat number 1.
Finally, a fast Canadian.
Yeah, so for Heat 1, we have... What do we have here? Oh, newcomer. Is it Jonathan Till, Ryan Dyson? I'm like you last week, man. I can't remember our names. David Wilson, Peter Short, Mike Stevens, Richard Hines, and Cody Wright going to be Heat 1. And as always, the lovely Carlos Acosta and the special pace truck there leading us around.
See if he can avoid hitting the tires or barrels if we have a pit road here to end the night.
Well, it is an easier pit lane to get on this week, hopefully.
That truck, I think, just sucks everywhere in dirt.
Well, if you've been on the Twitters lately, Matt, apparently it's pretty accurate, according to Christopher Bell, who burned someone who said it was pretty terrible on dirt.
Well, I would imagine, because those trucks are not meant to be on dirt. They're not like these sprint cars. They're not meant to be turning right, going through corners.
Well, like most NASCAR vehicles, they're not meant to be on track, but...
Yeah.
All right, so we got 15 laps here. Top 5 get points. Should be quite the show here at this fast little dirt track. We are green for Heat 1, boys.
Looking at 28 there. He's going to make some noise here again tonight, I imagine.
He quickly takes that lead away.
And already working that outside to keep it wound up there. 8's not going to give it up that easy, though. Nowhere to go out of 4, though.
I think Stevens got out of shape there all through 3 and 4. Got it back together, and Cody Wright passes him for the second to last spot.
Penultimate spot?
Penultimate, yes.
And a good little battle back there. Is that Peter Short and David Wilson side by side there, but Peter's going to get the best of them.
Caution for...
looks like Cody Wright.
Cody Wright.
Ooh, yeah, looks like he... let's take a better look. Oh, yeah, major contact with Mike Stevens and sent Cody Wright up and over the tires. So, done for Cody.
Oh, last week you could still stay out there no matter how crabbed your car is. Mike Stevens might be already got a pretty good lick there from the right front suspension. We'll see if he can continue on.
I think he's doing better than Cody is.
Yeah, I think Cody's DOA on that one.
Still have 13 laps remaining here, as caution laps do not count in the heats. So still trucking along here.
And for anybody that's joining us for the first time here on the 3-Wide Dirt Series, Drive4SP Dirt Series, it's 5 points to win and 1 point to be in the top 5. So you get points based on the heats. You do not get your qualifying order. That gets set by actual qualifying after the heats.
Yeah, so that gives you a little incentive to want to get up front here in these heats. We've seen the bonus points already stack up this season, so sure Ryan's looking to maybe steal a few points here and see if he can get his name in this championship hunt, as we're only halfway through the season.
He's going to need that 33 machine of Peter Short to slow down and not finish these races very well if he wants to get into that category, I think, though, Thomas.
I mean, Peter only has twice as many bonus points as anyone else. So. All right, pace trucks down. We're back to green again. Big jump for the 28.
And that 8 didn't get going at all.
Good run for Peter Short. He's going to put himself all the way up to the second position here in this heat. So he goes by the 8 of, who is that? New guy, isn't it? Jordan Teal.
Yeah, looks like he's trying to drag Richard Hines with him as well. Not going to be able to get it done that time.
Oh, Hines is out of control there in the backstretch.
Made it work, though.
David Wilson calling back the middle. 10 laps to go here. Mike Stevens making his way through the field. Tightly behind him.
Nose off the David Wilson there. Who, if you haven't checked him out, make sure to check out his Oculus. That's probably pretty amazing in the dirt.
Nauseating, I think is the word you're looking for there.
I mean, some people can handle it, some people can't.
Well, Peter's working that high line, trying to catch up to Ryan Dyson in that 28, see if he can do it. He's made some headway the last couple laps, fell back some that time though.
Yeah, as you know, Matt, we've seen the first round here, then we've actually been on this track a few times ourselves. It's not a track where you can make a whole lot of mistakes. You got to keep it wound up pretty good, otherwise you're just going to get bogged down and not be able to catch anybody.
And especially with these being 360s instead of 410s, that power means even more, I would imagine.
It's kind of odd. We normally see guys try and venture to the bottom for a little more grip. That's just not going to work here. Everybody's kind of sliding to the middle on the high side as Peter's really knocking on the back door of Ryan there.
He's slowly starting to reel him in.
Coming down 5 to go.
I think Peter will get there. He's got the time as long as he doesn't make a mistake, like you said, Thomas. We need to keep these puppies wound up.
Yeah, I think he'll try and make a move. Like I said, he's got a pretty big cushion in points, so why not try and stab up another 5 points and heat bonus points. So see if he can get the job done. It's gonna be a hard pass to make, though. We know the old slide job is probably gonna have to come into play.
Not to mention Ryan is quick as a rocket on these dirt tracks, so we'll see if we can maybe make a mistake for Peter to get a little bit closer. There's 3 to go this time, I think. 2 to go, sorry. Math is hard.
You're on the metric, 3 to go.
Yeah. Started on that again.
Richard Hines still sitting P3. David Wilson P4.
Chat there, Hannes Pyle says, woo! We're hoping you're enjoying it as much as we are.
Alright, final time through 3 and 4. Looks like Ryan's going to notch up another heat win here. Ryan Dyson, Peter Short, Richard Hines, David Wilson, and
Jordan Teal?
The ticker goes by. But yeah, I believe Jordan Teal. It'll be
Mike
your
Stevens.
point scorers there.
Yeah, Mike Stevens was the only car other than Cody Wright to not score points in that heat. And unfortunately had quite stiff competition in front of him there with these guys.
Well, it probably didn't help either, that lick that car took between himself and Cody Wright. So.
Yeah, that would hurt its forward momentum a little bit.
All right, let him reset here, and we'll do it again for heat number 2. I like how some of the guys are trying to back into their pit stalls. Oh, chat's not too active tonight, boys. We need some chat hype.
Give us somebody to talk to anyway, other than just us.
I think they're just overawed by Wendell's camel work.
Camel or camera?
Camera.
Oh, one day we'll let you into our evil producers back-end commentary.
I don't think we can. I think we'd be banned from all streams anywhere. But looking at the lineup now, Kyle Hanshaw will be on the point for the heat number 2. So that's going to be good for him because we know he's been hungry looking for a win, and he has 2 stiff rivals, I guess you could say, with Peter Short and now Ryan Dyson. And can't forget about Cameron Rich in that 17 either.
Yeah, this will be a big test for the 46 here. See if he can keep it up front and get this heat win. I know he's been looking to score some extra points on Peter Short here, so if he can gain a little more points on Peter this week, I think that'll go a long way.
And for this heat, we'll have Kyle Hanshaw on the pole, Cameron Rich outside, excuse me, Paul Ross starting 3rd, Matt Hackathorn in the 12th spot, Corey Lindsay in the 5th spot, and Johnny Thomas rounding up the field in the 6th position.
It's been a while since we've seen Johnny Thomas show up for a dirt race. Let's see if he can wow us tonight, boys.
Oh no, Kyle Hanshaw looks like he's having connection issues. That's not a good way to start this heat.
He's rocking a solid 566 ping right now.
Been there, done that, bought the shirt.
And climbing.
This is the part where you hear him in the background. Kids, get off the internet!
Don't make me throw your PlayStation out the window.
I will unplug this whole house right now. So that'll be interesting to keep an eye on because we know the blink's not so great here on the dirt because it's already hard enough to control the car, and then if you don't know where that guy is, it makes it that much more challenging.
Yeah, for sure. Hackathorn sharing some good commentary, I think.
All right, got one more pace lap here. We'll set them all for heat 2 and see who's gonna get her done. So we get the ping finally coming down there on the 46 machine.
Chad Brown in the chat says David Wilson's VR looks like a lawnmower. I don't know what kind of a lawnmower you have, but I do not want to see it.
I don't even know how to respond to that one. It's because we don't have to though, because the pace truck should be pulling off this time and hand it over to the 46 machine. Is he gonna get the big jump here on Cameron Rich as he blinked to the start there.
Pace connection is through here, so that's going to cause big issues for this pack that if they catch him.
So he might set it to sail here and run away as fast as he can. Those guys are trying to single file out a little bit as Paul Ross on the left side over there.
Corey Lindsay, he's right on his back bumper guard, going to the high side, and we side by side now in the back.
Both those guys sideways at a 2 that time.
Oh, Lindsay's up on the high side. These guys on the bottom seat. Oh, they make contact. That puts Johnny Thomas up there in the 4th spot. He just slid both back. Wow. Slid by both the 00 and the 18.
Yeah, you kind of let that one play out in front of him. Warning issued to the 46 for connection problems, but it looks like he's beat those kids enough to get his internet back in order.
Oh my.
Maybe it was just enough blink to scare everyone else, Matt, so he could drive away.
That's what I try to do, but it
Oh,
doesn't usually work because I'm too slow.
Is it when you blink out through the field?
I just let him the competition there.
These guys kind of took notes from Heat 1 there. Everyone kind of rolling the high line there.
Yeah, Matt Hackathorn in 3rd spot. He's becoming at 9 laps remaining here.
Paul Ross not recovering too well from that hit, and having Corey Lindsay just not able to get back in his rhythm there.
That is another thing. These are such rhythm cars. It's kind of like Martinsville. You're getting that rhythm and you have to keep it there. And these are a lot faster going through. It feels a lot faster going through the corners, so it's kind of hard to do that once you get cage rattled a bit.
Literally, because you're pretty much in a cage.
Yeah.
And Corey Lindsay trying to work over Johnny Thomas here, see if he can get some extra bonus points. Just still not getting the paint scheme loaded on that 83, so that's awesome.
Thanks, Trading Paints.
To be fair, I didn't do their new download yet, so.
Oh, they got a new one.
Yeah, they got a new version. Should fix all the other problems.
Yeah, break it more.
Apparently, it fixed a lot of the team endurance problems as well.
Ooh, Corey Lindsay almost slid up there in the 83 Johnny Thomas, but he's going to make the move into 1 and 2. Gets a little bit too sideways, doesn't lose all his momentum.
I didn't keep his foot in it. Yeah, he's going to try it again in 3, though.
He's getting
Still
that
too
thing
sideways.
yeah, way too far out.
You can be a little sideways, but you want to have enough control to keep it pushing forward there. Ooh, Johnny Thomas almost bought the farm there.
Lindsay goes to the high side, and Thomas to the bottom. He's going to try to cross over. Almost contact. Oh, Lindsay's into the wall.
He's
That's
going
what
to
Paul
keep it
Ross wants
going.
to see. Get him in the points now.
Two to go for the leader, as long as his connection will hold up. This one blinky car.
Elvis has left the building.
I think Cameron Rich is saying, man, just come on, fall on out. I'll get a win here.
There you have it. Kyle Hanshaw takes heat number 2.
Yeah, probably gets max points here in a heat. For a heat win, we got Cameron Rich P2. Should be Matt Hackathorn P3. Johnny Thomas P4. And Corey Lindsay P5.
No cautions there, but a lot of scary moments, I guess, for these guys. There was lots of contact, lots of hold your breath moments coming through the corner when you were side by side hitting each other.
Yeah, the big contact between Paul Ross and Corey Lindsay there, and again by Corey Lindsay when he tried to get around Johnny Thomas. That car was used up quite well.
Now I'm going to get ready to roll into qualifying, because again, if you're just joining, heats do not determine the starting order of the field. It's just for extra points.
Yeah, don't quite have the old dirt racing scenario set up on iRacing, so you kind of have to go about it a different way. Oh boys, just like every week, looks like it's going to be pretty challenging to pass here. Especially for the lead.
Yeah, it's still a one-groove racetrack here by the looks of it, unfortunately, but we will put a new tack on it for qualifying, I believe, and for the race. So we'll see a little bit different lines maybe coming to the race.
Yeah, once we go into qualifying here in just a few moments, it's going to be set to a 40% usage, which from then will be carried into the race. So whatever they do with 3 laps of qualifying, 12 cars, not really a whole lot of work in time there, but that'll be carried into the race. And then they can work it in from there. From what we hear in the interviews, week in and week out, the 40% seems to be pretty good track state for these guys. They seem to work it in pretty good, although we're not really seeing anybody move around a whole lot. It's kind of been high line fever here.
Cat scratch fever?
No, because that would be copyrighted. This is just highline fever.
May as well put another trademark on that, like Turnologist.
Well, I mean, all right, we have advanced into qualifying, boys. Let's see who's gonna grab the pole here. It's always hard to tell, Matt, from practice, because it depends when you get in the room as to what kind of lap you can turn.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I'm only watching that 28, but he's sitting at the end of pit road revving, trying to get some extra gas burnt out so we get a real quick lap. That might be a good idea.
Smart man.
Peter Short right now will be on your pole for the time being with a 14.286. He's faster than he was in practice.
It's a
See
pretty
if
good
that can
lap.
translate, yeah. Oh, Cameron Rich with a nice one, 2.70.
That's a pretty good lap.
It's a big pickup in practice.
Richard Hines to the top of the board with a 26.
He was flat flying there. Cameron's gonna be coming around for his final time, or sorry, Peter's gonna be coming around for his final time. See if he can get the nod. He cannot, unfortunately, take back the pole.
Slow down.
Kyle Hanshaw Coming around again here. Coming to his third lap, so one more to go after this. Got slower there than his current top time. Oh, Cameron Rich, 2.56, puts him back on the point. But we still have Ryan Dyson, guys. Don't forget he's in there taking the sandbags out.
Yeah, he's got the fuel run out of it, I guess, enough to run a couple of laps.
2.98. It's pretty good for his first lap. Let's see if it'll translate to the pole. Wow, a 1.95.
Top of the board.
He's putting everybody on notice here. He's saying this is now my territory.
Still not what he ran in practice.
Well, he slowed down on those last lap there. That's strange to see. Usually you gain more and more, right?
I guess just that third lap, they're maybe pushing a little too hard if you get that second one, or it's, you know, man, actually 5, 6, 7, 8 laps into the run, you can really knock off a fast one. So. Looks like almost. Well, yeah, that is everyone who's turned a lap. All 13 have knocked in a lap. Little disappointing run there for Kyle Henshaw, boys. P7.
That's going to be hard to come back from with only 40 laps. And starting in mid-pack where the Hornet's Nest is, he's probably going to be very upset with that.
Starting behind some pretty good racers, too. You got David Wilson in front of him, Corey Lindsey, Peter Short, Richard Hines, Cameron Rich, Ryan Dyson up there. They're all, you know, it's not like you're just going to pull, they're going to pull over for you and let you go. So he's going to have his work cut out for him tonight.
Looks like Peter Short staying out there. He's trying to get the high line worked in. Maybe that's a good call for him if he likes to run the high side, get her worked in in qualifying, and see what he can do in the race.
That's looks like he's trying to get the low line worked in through 3 and 4 there.
Just rotate it down.
Yeah, a little surprising from those guys. I know, I think that's probably the worst Peter's qualified all year. So I know a P4, woo, but like I said, it's hard to pass. It's going to be very difficult to make that move. You're going to possibly see like I don't want to call it an F1 style map, but more of a dash into turn 1 to try and get those positions as quick as you can.
That could cause a big issue too when you have all these hot rods going down in there and piling her into each other. Looking here though, Paul Ross and Johnny Thomas both ran the exact same time in qualifying, 3.57.
You don't see that very often on the dirt.
And Peter Ross, wow. Peter Short just climbed the catch fence.
Well, I mean, he's just channeling his inner Castor Nevis.
Now, looking back at Hanshaw, you're saying, wow, he was way off. He is only a 10th off second place.
That's terrible.
So you can't come back from that.
10th. I mean, most people can't even snap their fingers that quick.
So 2nd through 10th is all within a 10th about, which is incredible to look at.
I mean, it's kind of one of the things of a short track too, Matt. It's not big enough to really get your gap separated, but then that's kind of the flip of the coin too. It's not big enough to really, if you maybe find some exploits or you're just better placed, you don't really get a bigger advantage. You have to be more consistent than actually have a 2 or 3/10 gap, a second or a lap faster kind of advantage.
Yeah, that's true, and I'm gonna see how it all plays out because they're on the grid, guys.
You trying to tell me we should grid them? Because I don't know. I guess we should. All right, rolling off P1 tonight. No surprise to us. Mr. Ryan Dyson looking to rack up another win into his outside. Cameron Rich looking to eat into that point lead up. Peter Short.
Starting position number 3. Great qualifying run from the 87 Richard Hines, who's outside the current point leader, 33 Peter Short in the 4th spot.
And starting 5th, we got Corey Lindsey, and to his outside will be David Wilson, starting 6th.
Rolling off P7, probably a disappointed P7. We got Kyle Henshaw to his outside. Paul Ross rolling off P8.
In the 9th spot, we have the 83 Johnny Thomas. To his outside, the 12, a Matt Hackathorn running out your top 10.
And starting P11, Cody Wright at number 38 was Sheena. Newcomer Jordan Teal, the number 8, will start 12th. And bringing up the rear of the field, the number 63 of Mike Stevens.
Nowhere to go but forward for him, guys.
That's right.
Hopefully, not over the fence.
Over the wall.
Let's hope we kept that to last week. All right. Unlike the heats, like Matt said earlier, if you're new, this is 40 straight laps. Cautions do count, so gotta be mindful of when the cautions come out as to what you can do for strategy. Although there's not really anything you can do much because you can't pit for tires or fuel. Just a little bit of mechanical damage, which don't believe you'd get much fixed here, Matt, with a 14-second lap.
No, you get damage that you have to fix. You may as well just pull her behind the fence because you're done.
To be honest, these things can take a pretty good hit from what we've seen.
Yeah, I was always petitioning towards late models whenever we were running, if you remember, Thomas, because I found they were better and you could kind of rubbing was racing kind of ideal. But with these, you can actually bang tires and it doesn't make much of a difference.
Yeah, you don't want to interlock them too much, though. You'll end up with a IndyCar death roll if you're not careful.
Yeah, and if you want to see what that looks like, go to Got That Stat on YouTube. There's a good little video there of a death roll, I believe, with Texas, Thomas?
Or Ron. Yeah, it's a Texas Ron. All right, 40 laps, boys. Who's your money on?
28, Ryan Dyson.
Real maybe went out on there.
Going with Canadian pride, bro.
Oh, so if he was in the back, you'd still go with him, huh?
100%.
I think Mike Stefanik would have something different to say about that. I say Richard Hines is going to surprise us this week, boys.
It's hard to bet against that 28, but I'm going to go with Peter Short.
All right, well, you heard it here. I'm sure none of these guys are going to win now that we picked them, but we'll try.
I'll get into the same rack on the first lap. Then we'll just have to stop picking people.
To be honest, if they do, it will be amazing because it's going to open up the field to a new winner. So.
Yeah, we've only had three winners, so far this dirt season. It's been Cameron Rich, Peter Short, and Ryan Dyson last week as the pace trucks trying to find pit road.
Green already as Ryan gets a big jump on the field. Oh, Cameron's stealing a little bit there.
Cameron's losing a lot of spots there. Peter Short's going to make a climb to Richard Hines. We came up in the second spot. Peter Short going low on Hines. Whoop.
I said you had to get him early. Thought he was going to get that one right off the bat. Looks like Richard kind of shut the door on that one.
Cameron Rich, they broke Peter's momentum enough that Cameron Rich got back by him for that third spot. We'll see if how that plays out. Oh, contact in the back there between Johnny Thomas and Paul Ross. Almost
kept going, though.
Yeah.
Packard shooting up the middle between those two.
That was pretty
Oh,
awesome.
big
18's gone.
Kim.
Oh, he's barrel rolling.
Had contact between Paul Ross and Cody Wright, I believe.
Paul Ross was done after that. Probably 10 feet in the air.
Yeah, he flipped over on the fence on pit lane, so he's probably done. It looks like he got a little loose and maybe came off the wall right into Cody there, and it flipped him right over.
Oh, guys, this is Richard Hines, that 87 on the outside of our leader right now, the 28 of Ryan Dyson. See if Richard could mix her up a little bit and make Trey's pick look like a genius.
What I'm noticing is these guys are a little hesitant to go, and what I've seen out of this 28 is when that pace truck goes, he's gone. So they better be up on the wheel to get going here. Not Jimmy Johnson eager, but, pretty close.
As I'm listening here, people are trying to burn fuel off kind of closer to the back. Corey Lindsay, which is a very good idea, I think, because the lighter you wear, the faster you wear in these cars.
Especially with a caution, I think it gives you a buffer. As they go green, I think you're still a lap or two to the good. But when these cautions, you don't burn as much fuel, so they're trying to burn a little off.
You gotta be careful not to burn too much, otherwise you might be up the creek without a paddle.
Yeah, that's kind of the line you're gonna have to walk here. But a couple little burn-offs here won't hurt you. Plus, you're probably banking on another yellow to help you.
as the lights go off. We're 1 to go.
What does that mean, Matt?
That means hang on, because we're going to see somebody get dethroned the 28 from the lead. He's led every lap in the heat, I believe, and he's going to try to do the same thing he did last week and win the main as well.
He's trying to Truex his field. All right, pace truck's going to make the hard left turn. We're back to green. Another great jump for Ryan there.
Peter Short looking low here behind in the 3rd spot. He's trying to look over his teammate Cameron Rich now in that 17 and for the 2nd spot. Kyle Hanshaw holds in the top 5 looking for P4 now as he battles the 87. Oh, doesn't get in there very good, and poor Lindsay about ate him up for lunch.
And you can tell when somebody gets in just a little different than you could. They can just power through that corner. Seeing some guys venture down to the bottom here, boys. Something we didn't see in the heats.
There we have the 3 picks up front.
Looks like Peter Short really tried to roll that bottom through one that time. That didn't really work out for him. Big gaggle back there.
Johnny Thomas hard into the wall.
Bring out the caution. Yeah, that was a hard hit there, Trey.
Check there from
Oh boy, it looked like Lindsay and Hackathorn and Johnny Thomas got into it there. That's a wild one.
That was a heck of a threesome.
It's not the kind you want to have here at Volusia.
No, that's not how you want your night to go. Nothing they can really do. You can't just slam on brakes there to miss it. Hackathorn kind of just stuck in his groove, and looks like maybe Johnny Thomas got a little wheel spin off the corner. Just nowhere to go. I'm sure he'll be fine. Get her patched up and sling some more mud.
Slinging some mud for fun.
He's bringing her down pit lane, though, so that might be done for the day. Alright, so not quite halfway through this run, boys. Nothing really surprising up front so far.
No, not really.
I think last week may have spoiled us a little bit for hard, fun racing, as Volusia's proven to be a little trickier for these guys.
I don't think it's as technical as Williams Grove, but it's one of the tougher ones on the service, to be honest, for these cars.
Without a doubt, Matt. You know I couldn't get around here if I drove the pace truck. So, speaking of pace truck, looks like he's going to make the hard left turn here in the pit lane. We're back to green.
Dyson did the little Jeff Gordon, as I call it, stare. He kind of let them down slow and just gunned her.
Rich fire for Peter Short there.
Almost ended it, too.
Messes up too much. Kyle Henshaw's going to be all over him.
Look at a Henshaw. Ooh, with a gaggle again. Matt Hackathorn, Corey Lindsay, Cody Wright. Oh, contact. Cody Wright saved it. A little bit of contact as well. I should be all right. 17. No contact from Kyle Henshaw.
Well, hey, I'm there.
Hines is going to use that back up and get up there to the 4th spot, maybe?
Trying to. Like he's driver in on the bottom there to get around Cameron.
And Brian Dyson has set sail on Peter Short at this time. Could change. So we're coming up to halfway next time.
We saw the heat. It took Peter a little bit to get going to try and track down Ryan, so maybe he's going to try that method again here.
Corey Lindsay's dropped like a rock on this run. He's right now running 8th, battling David Wilson.
Yeah, he's been in a couple gaggles there, so
Make that low line work, but it's just not working for him.
looking like maybe these cars straight just don't have enough power to get that low line really where you want it. You gotta keep them wound up.
Boy, Peter Short ran a 4 that lap to the leader's 1, and behind him, Kyle Hanshaw ran a 2. Might have missed his marks by a little bit.
Probably get out of shape just a little bit.
Another 4.
Looks like he's trying to roll the bottom too, as some guys are kind of moving up to the middle a little bit, so maybe it's costing him a little bit of time. To won that lap, but still about 300s off the leader.
These guys need another caution, and even then, Dyson's been getting such a good jump on the starts, it's hard to even match him.
They need a caution, but then they also need to jump in front of the leader. Which is pretty hard to do here, because here's the caution comes out pretty quick. I mean, the green flag comes out pretty quick when the pace truck leaves. He set sail on Peter Short, like I said, maybe 2/10 quicker that lap.
He's gapped the field by 2 seconds.
Kyle Hanshaw right behind Peter Short with a little bit of blinking going on, so I'm sure that's gonna bode well.
He's got to be driving Richard Hyde's kind of crazy. He's trying to take that position away.
And you gotta be careful too, Trey, with that kind of net coating like that. It can put you in the wall.
Yeah.
It's kind of surprising. 17 Cameron Rich, even though he had that moment, still running P5. So, never lost too much ground. He's just got to try to gain back a spot from the 87, maybe. But unfortunately, he's going to have to win if he wants to catch his teammate Peter Short for the title.
Richard Hines a little higher that time. Yeah, Matt, you're not going to be able to just finish top 5, especially when your teammate's running P2 and the championship leaders. So you're going to have to make some moves to catch him, win some heat races, get some points coming in here. Oh, little contact with Richard Hines there. Man, he sailed that Joker in 3 at a time. I think that's one of those trades where he's like, I can get past this guy. I just got to drive in a little bit deeper.
Yeah, and it slid right up into the right or left rear of Richard. Richard did a good job of saving it.
Hackathorn knocking on the door in that Mopar machine. I like the line he ran there. He got a little bit of shape on the exit, but it was a nice diamond effect there. I find that helps a lot here at Volusia, even though I suck. So.
Yeah, just had nowhere to go in at that time. It's like he's got to be careful though, because David Wilson's right on his gearbox. Caution for something.
I have no idea. Maybe Corey Lindsay? No?
Mike Stevens.
Oh, Mike Stevens, yeah. He went for a little e-ticket ride on the wall there.
Ah, yeah, kind of some front stretch low there. Just waving to his fans.
As we see the leader and Peter Short have to stop for the pace truck.
Well, you know, Brett's not perfect.
And their thought guns, is this available on Xbox One? Unfortunately, no. iRacing is a simulator just on the PC. So
Thank God.
might have to get your PC geared up a little bit if you want to run it, because I know kind of killed the lower end PCs running it with DirectX 11 coming in.
Yeah, it takes a fairly decent computer to run the dirt as well, with the dynamic tracks and the particles and jello pudding.
I will say, if you're looking to get into this, it's probably the closest thing you'll get to real racing. To be honest, it's pretty accurate from what I've heard on the dirt side, and the oval side's getting there even better. So, see what happens.
Now, it should be a quick yellow as all dirt restarts. So I was going to put us with 2 to go.
This is going to be a caution in and of itself.
because we know 3-wide doesn't do 1 lap restarts, but they do 2 to go restarts. So
Yes.
should be interesting. Someone, mainly Peter Short, better
If
be
I'm-
up on the chip on this one.
I'm
That's what I
thinking.
say. If I'm Peter Short, I'm gonna go as soon as that pace car gets off the track.
I'm thinking Kyle Hanshaw's back there lapping at the trough looking for this.
You almost want to be going right now as the pace truck's pulling off.
Dyson gets a good jump there. Hanshaw's going to be coming in third. Cameron Rich looking inside of him, though.
Trying to get it down there. It's a big pickup for Henshaw.
White flag here.
Into
Henshaw.
three.
Sails are in.
That might cost him a couple spots.
Richard Hines is right there. So is Cameron Rich. He holds them both off going into 1 and 2 again. Coming through turn 3, 4 for the final time. Ryan Dyson looks to have her in hand as he comes across with a checkered flag.
Back wins for Mr. Dyson. Almost like he left no trail.
Huh.
Come on, it's a Dyson.
Good run there for Richard Hines. He finished 4th, so you can't be too upset with that.
We talked about how hard it was to pass, and Kyle Henshaw started 7th, still finished 3rd. You know, once again, one of the guys who's right there just can't seem to get that win. Cameron Rich rebounded, I guess you'd say, a little bit for a P5 there. David Wilson hung in there for a P6. Cody Wright, P7. Corey Lindsay, P8. Matt Hackathorn, your final car on the lead lap in P9.
Well, guys, I think from what I'm hearing here is I believe we'll be running into the 410s next time we're here on the dirt side. So let's see if I can get the car counts in. Might get the racing up a little bit too, because those things have more power, you know, so it might make it more interesting.
I think, well, we've heard it from drivers in and each and every week here, Matt, Trey. I think the 410 might actually put on a better show because you have more power to play around with.
Yeah, Corey's asking for their opinions on the track now, and everybody's it looks like 410 is seeming to be the way to go.
Looks like Ryan finally found a spot to do burnouts at because you can't do them on dirt. Yeah, you're right, Trey. Looks like the majority says 410s there, which I wholeheartedly believe that's going to be the better show here.
Yeah, so next time we're on dirt, you guys might be...
Is this going to be tomorrow? Because we're back on dirt
I'm
tomorrow
thinking-
as well.
Is it tomorrow? I thought it was next week.
We're back tomorrow night for USA Speedway.
Huh. I don't know. That'd be a wild change for a week, but I guess they would be, right? Alrighty, well, here we are.
Woo, yeah, made a swap.
Let's try to find some...
some winners and finishers of places.
Yeah.
I'm sure Trey can grab them.
Looking. Okay, I don't see Kyle Hanshaw, so we'll go grab Mr. Short.
Shake them up real good, too.
All right, folks, I got him. Peter Short, he started 4th, finished 2nd. Tell us about your race tonight, Peter.
That was a good race up and down the field. I think, you know, we all kind of got smoked tonight, man. I'll tell you, Ryan was on a rail tonight and couldn't quite catch him, but you know, it was kind of cool to start in 4th and make my way up. Racing around other cars for these things is a lot of fun, and at least everyone around me was clean, and that was a lot of fun. Same thing with the heat. I think I started 5th in my heat and ended up finishing 2nd to Ryan. So didn't quite have enough for him tonight, but another week of 360s, and I think now we're finally getting that talk of 410s. So I'm getting excited for that. Volusia is just not quite my track; it doesn't quite fit my style, much like USA, which I'm looking forward to tomorrow. But it was the track didn't evolve as much as it did in the first race this season, which I was kind of shocked to see that first race. Volusia had such a big bump on the front straightaway that we were basically having to wrangle the car to get it to go straight down before we pitched off into turn one. We didn't quite get that tonight, which was a bit disappointing because I was looking forward to that. But nonetheless, it was a good clean race for the number 33, and we'll be back at it tomorrow night.
Now, like you said, a double header here this week. We talked about during the broadcast, your points lead already pretty massive for this series, and the amount of people showing up once again padded your point lead a little bit more over Kyle Henshaw and Cameron Rich. So your thoughts maybe focusing more towards winning this championship now than trying to knock out, battle as hard as you can for a race win and maybe get yourself in trouble, or just kind of settle in and rack up the points as they come.
I went for. I tried to get a good restart there at the end and go for that win. I felt like if I had got to the outside of Ryan in turn one, I might have had a shot. But he just got a good restart, and I think I timed it okay. I timed it better than Henshaw did. I just wasn't quite enough to get to his outside. I'm still going to go for the win. It's kind of like last week at Pocono, where I had to make a decision: do I go for the win or do I go for the points tonight? I'm going to go for the win. I'm going to try and put on a good show for y'all. And tonight didn't quite work out, but that caution there at the end made it interesting. Green-white checkers are, they're always interesting and they're always fun. So it'd be nice to see if iRacing could implement the green-white checker more often. I know this league doesn't do the white checker. We don't do one-lap shootouts here, and rightfully so. One-lap shootouts are they just lead to wrecks and not much changing of the finishing order. But nonetheless, it was good fun at the end, and hope it was exciting for y'all.
I have one question from left field because everything else was this race. But last week we saw you running, I think, daytime at Williams Grove. Do you think the daytime conditions make it a little bit back comes in a little bit more, or do you find the nighttime makes it grass fit more?
Well, that was an interesting thing tonight. I know back at the beginning of the season when we ran Volusia, I think it was cloudy, and that might offset what I'm about to say here. But our lap times earlier this season were faster at Volusia by a good 2 to 3 tenths, which kind of shocked me. I expected, since it was night tonight, it was going to be faster, but it wasn't. It was actually slower, and it's possible that the track dries out a little bit more during the day, just with the temperature. I don't know how or if iRacing has implemented that, but it would be really cool if they have implemented a track drying a little bit faster in warmer temperatures or during the day. I haven't had enough experience to notice it, but that would be pretty cool if that's a legitimate thing.
All right, Peter, before we let you go, you know the deal, man. Give us those shout outs.
I'd like to give a shout out to Drive4Suicide Prevention. They're here, and we're putting them as the banner of this league, and it's a very worthy cause. And I've lost a friend to suicide, and it's not a great thing. So it's good that, especially in the sim racing community, that we can put that banner up there and drive for suicide prevention, because there are so many different options out there to connect with different people if you're going through problems, and hopefully we can expose some people to that and help out.
Indeed, Peter. All right. Well, I guess we'll see you tomorrow night. I guess the question is, are we going to be in the 410s or the 360s? But I guess our viewers have to tune in and find out.
Yeah, I think we have 360s for one more race, and hopefully 410s next week.
All right. Sounds good. All right. I got him. He's our P3 finisher. Started 7th. Some connection issues tonight, Al, but other than that, did well in your heat. Won your heat, actually, and picked up quite a few spots in the main. Finished 3rd. Tell us about your race tonight.
Hey guys. Yeah, I haven't had any connection issues all season, and I don't know what was the issue tonight, but uh, glad I didn't have to, pull off or go to the tail or whatever. So I was thankful for that. Um, yeah, the heat race went well. I think that was my first heat race of the season, which, we got some points there, which was good. Um, the track, I was loving the racetrack during the heat race because I'm loving like riding the outside line, everywhere we go. But that's normally not the case, with this 360 league. But all in all, it was a pretty good night.
Well, Kyle, by the sounds of it, you won't have to have the 360s much longer. You'll be going into the 410s. How excited are you for that?
Yeah, they actually talked about it after the race ended. Kind of took a vote. Um, I'm pretty pumped about it. I kind of think we should stick with the 360s for the rest of the season, just till guys get more used to how these things drive and whatnot. I think you're gonna see more craziness when we move up to the 410. But I mean, it's gonna take some getting used to, and it should work out pretty good.
Well, Kyle, I want to know. I saw a two-lap shootout there at the end. Were you licking your chops maybe to just figure out a way to get by Ryan there, hoping you could get a better jump on that restart and stick it in turn one and maybe do a good old slide job on him there?
Oh yeah, I was excited about that, restarting on the inside as well, because with these things, it's so like when you start out on the outside, on the front row, or just on the outside in general, it's kind of hard to judge when that inside line's going to go. And normally they get a better jump than everybody else. But yeah, restarted on the inside second row, and I thought I'd get a good jump and get past Peter going into one, but he got a heck of a jump as well. And I was going to try to slide job it down on the final lap, but he kind of blocked me there, which was good on his part. And I was kind of expecting it, but um, I if I would have stayed in the gas, then I would have taken us both out, and I didn't want to do that. So, but I mean, I was happy. We picked up a pretty good amount of spots for the feature, so I was happy with that.
All right, Kyle. Well, before we let you go, man, give us those shout outs.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Drive4SP for sponsoring the league, OCR TV, you guys for putting on the broadcast, Three Wide Racing, everybody that I race with. It's fun to race with them. And we ran a orange number 46 on the car tonight for leukemia awareness. So thoughts go out to all the people that affects, and we're thinking about you.
All right. All right, guys. He's the guy that stunk up the entire show. Won his heat. Led every single lap of the main. 2 wins in a row. Ryan, tell us about your race, bud.
Hey guys, thanks. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That caution at the end kind of scared me. I was just kind of biding my time. I think I was out to a 2 or 3 second lead, and I was just kind of going into cruise mode, and then that came out and reset everything. But I was able to hold on, and it was a lot of fun. Glad these guys let me race with them.
Now, Ryan, is there any secret here, or are you just someone who's taken to dirt here on iRacing? It's kind of just come natural to you.
I'm not sure if there is really much of a secret, and if I knew the secret, I probably wouldn't tell you. No,
I never do.
I'm not entirely sure if there is a secret, or I think it's just mostly keeping the car as straight as possible. Once you get it sideways, it slows the momentum down, especially with these 360s. So I think just trying to keep it right above the slickest part on the track, and then get a good straight exit is the trick to these things. And I think once I figured that out, it started to go a little bit better for me. I wasn't quite as quick right off the bat. I had to do a lot of testing laps to get good with these things.
Now we have a double feature this week. Are we going to see you back again tomorrow night?
I'm gonna try. I run my own league on Monday nights with the 410s, so if that one gets done early enough, then I'll head on over and hopefully get in and do some laps and maybe go for 3 in a row. But we'll see. If it's a caution fest or something in our race, then I won't be able to make it. But hopefully it goes clean and green and I can jump in.
All right, Ryan. Well, before we let you go, man, congrats again on the win. It's 2 in a row. But give us those shout outs, bud.
Yeah, thanks guys. Just thanks for broadcasting. I watched the one from last week after the race, and you guys did a great job. So I'll be sure to go back and watch this one again tonight. So thanks to you guys, and thanks to RCA Racing. That's the team I race for on iRacing here, and London Recreational Racing is the primary sponsor on that sprint car.
All right, Ryan. Well, we look forward to seeing you again, bud.
Thank you.
I'm sure a lot of the field's hoping, man, I hope that one tomorrow goes pretty long so he can't get in this one. Cause he stuck up the show tonight, boys.
Yeah, wire to wire.
Second week in a row.
He I guess you'd say he Truexed him a little bit.
Led every lap in the heat and every lap in the main, so can't ask more than that.
Well, I mean, there's really not much more to cover, boys. You can join us again tomorrow night for USA Speedway. So we're sticking around the Florida area here. Gonna have I guess maybe the final dirt race here in the 360s. Gonna maybe move to the 410s after that. So come out and enjoy some more dirt slinging here in the Drive4SP Dirt Series. Trey, Matt, anything before we leave?
Nope. I do believe that our lovely producers has got the results splashed up on the screen there for the viewers to enjoy. Oh.
And I'm assuming Matt's already back to picking up snow in Canada somewhere. So so we will see you tomorrow night for the double header here to see if Ryan can sweep the dirt week or maybe someone else can wind up in victory lane. But until then, Trey, hit him with the button.
See ya!